Happy Monday
Welcome,
night,
everybody.
everybody.
Oh, we're Tracy's doing it. Go ahead.
All righty. Well, we are in Harmony Sound here, Cami and I. We're going to tag team this
Stereo.
tonight. Cami and I are going to, I'll be doing the intro part and telling you about the most amazing discovery of our recent lives. And it is a biotech company that has developed an amazing all-natural modality. You can see me wearing it right here. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. This is why I have a brain back. And my mom got to cancel her knee replacement. And there's so many other things. But we're going to tell you about something that you should probably thank the person who invited you tonight, because we don't get to hear about this a lot in our country. You have to hear about this from somebody who cares about you. You have to hear this word of mouth from a friend. And no different than seeing a really great movie or getting a great haircut. If you love something, you share it, right? Well, this is one of those things. If you love somebody and you care about that somebody, we say share it. Because what we're talking about tonight is a groundbreaking use of phototherapy. And this is your cell's powerhouse, um, to help you increase energy, mental clarity, that focus. That could be performance. That can be just mobility, energy, happiness, joy, whatever it is, reduction of pain. We're going to talk about it all tonight. We're going to explain to you why this technology is so profoundly unique and life-changing for so many. Because what we're talking about is the future of medicine, not just looking at treating illness, but this is about unlocking the body's innate ability to heal itself. And it's a game changer. And when we get things that go awry, the body knows how to fix those things. This is a tool. We're going to share more about that. But Cami and I are not medical doctors. We give this standard disclaimer. We want you to always work with your medical professional. And what we are talking about tonight is classified as a wellness product with the FDA. There are no pharmaceutical reps educating our doctors. That's why I said you should really thank whoever invited you, because if your friend didn't invite you, you just wouldn't have the opportunity to learn, sadly, in our country. And the information we're sharing tonight is really just for informational purposes only.
Fit in there?
And we do have another website for you that is called harmonypatching.com. And that is really a how-to, a tips and tricks to help you to learn how to get the most out of your patches, how to use them, and what combinations you might need for whatever you're dealing with. But of course, you'd always get back to the person who invited you, and they'll help explain that too. But what we're talking about tonight is a deficiency in our country. And a lot of us, especially those of us in the Pacific Northwest, we have this light deficiency. They're now realizing it's very detrimental to our health. Our bodies need light, and no different than a plant, that you're trying to grow, maybe a little baby seed. You give it water and fertilizer and soil, but if it stays in the dark, it's never going to grow. And the same is kind of true for our bodies. So we're going to talk about light a lot tonight. And the reality is that practitioners all around the world have been using light for thousands of years. If you go back to Roman and Grecian times, light has been around for a really long time. And it just has the ability to make change. So a laser light, red light therapy, infrared sauna, MRI, these are all synthetic uses of light. What we're going to talk about tonight is natural light, light from your body. But this company, LifeWave, has spent 10 years of researching stem cells. And it comes down to this central problem that everyone faces around this globe. That's the older you get, the faster you age, and the slower you heal. And that's just due to our natural decline in our body of those cells that generated that body. And those are called stem cells. And when that baby is formed in utero, that first cell is the blueprint of that baby's body. How tall, how short, hair color, eye color, etc. It's a blueprint. So we grow up and these stem cells start to decline. And when we're about age 30, we've lost half. And that's when aging begins. When we're 60, I'm turning 60 in November, we have lost more than half of our stem cells. In fact, a lot more. And when we're closer to 80, we are down to about 2 to 3% left. But that's why we start noticing things like, more aches and pains and less energy. And we don't recover from exercise like we used to. And Some of us start noticing those lines, the hair loss. Our sleep can change. Memory starts to maybe go, why did I come in this room? And our metabolism declines as well. But we are here with some really cool news for you. You do not have to follow Mother Nature's downward trend in that trajectory path there. You can turn it around by wearing a light technology device like I was showing you what I'm wearing here. And it's activating your own light in your body. It's activated by your own light, I should say, to help you look and feel younger. More important than that, though, it's going to help to activate and regenerate and repair your cells that are designed to fix the problems. But this is patented. This is the only company in the world, and this is a 20-year-old product. And so we have a video here for you, and I think they explain it better than I, so please take a listen.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHKCU, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that could support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
They do such a great job on that. It's a very cutting edge product and very deservingly so of that beautiful imagery. But the reality is this product has been known as the secret sauce for a lot of celebrity athletes. And Michael Phelps was probably the first one to really put this company on the map. If you remember in Beijing, there was controversy around him when he won all those medals. He was wearing these patches and they were burning fat for fuel of the mitochondria of his cells. That gave him a competitive edge. But here's the cool thing. It's not doping because nothing goes into the bloodstream or the body. So that's a game changer. And the Olympic Committee gave approval. And we actually had 335 athletes that year using them. But, Mike Tyson, Tom Brady, Serena and Venus Williams, names that they know and love these products. They don't talk about it. This company doesn't pay, celebrity sponsorships. They keep it real quiet. They don't want the competition knowing their secret game, right? But in 2019, this 20-year-old company made news when they developed the X39 patch, and that is the one that brings back those dormant repair cells that allow the body to fix whatever's wrong. And that is a really big deal. And it's the first ever of its kind to come up with technology like this. Because when you are bringing back your own repair cells, you have the ability to relieve pain quickly, to reduce inflammation. Inflammation is an eater of stem cells. So if you have inflammation in your body and we don't get it under control, it'll take longer for you to get the result. You'll still get it with the X39, but we can put these two together and really accelerate your repair, helping with wound healing, energy, making that more beautiful, youthful skin, helping with exercise. But I love so much that this is no drugs, no chemicals. Our family is really trying to be, healthy, natural, and get away from those types of things. But there's no stimulants, and you're not needing to worry about drug interactions because nothing's entering the bloodstream. The Olympic Committee approved it, right? And it's really a big game changer. And there are no side effects. And as I mentioned, these were developed 20 years ago for the US Navy SEALs. And this company has a number of patents. But what we'd like to do now is we have got, I'm going to let Cami introduce her, a lady with a really amazing testimonial. And these are always our favorite things of the night when people get to share their own journey, their own story, because every one of them is so unique and so fun. So I'm excited, Cami. Take it away.
I am so excited also. So I've never met Maureen in person, but we've been on the same Zoom calls together, and she just has an incredible story. So Maureen, can you unmute yourself? I'm looking for you, my dear.
I am.
And we'll
I'm
get you
unmuted.
spotlighted.
Do I raise my hand?
Fantastic. Tell us
I think you muted yourself.
about
Okay.
There we go, Maureen. Okay. I think Cami froze there, but if you could tell us what were you dealing with before
tell
you
us
got these
about your
patches?
patching story.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Maureen Farrington, everybody. They call me the honeybee gal, and you'll know why in a little bit. So, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 32 years ago. So, I was 29, 28. And when they diagnosed me, I had a 2-year-old son and a 5-week-old daughter. And they told me that I was going to be in a wheelchair within 3 years, they said, because the lesions on my brain there are so many of them. So they and asked me to take an experimental drug that had just come out for multiple sclerosis, and I thought, I'm not a guinea pig. So something inside me, I followed my intuition, and something inside me, I don't know why, but I looked at my 2-year-old, my 5-week-old, and I said, oh, no, I don't want to raise them in a wheelchair. There's got to be something else. Then after researching, I got into supplements and, healthy eating, exercise. So the symptoms I was experiencing, I had lost the whole left side of my body, all came back. I was fine. So I said, oh, okay, this MS thing went away. I don't have it. Well, 7 months later, I started losing the use of my legs. And I was walking, just holding on to things. And that wheelchair was coming closer to me. And I said, what can I do? I was scared. Well, I heard about this ancient form of apitherapy, it's called, where you use live honeybees to sting yourself. And what it does is the venom of a honeybee is one of the strongest anti-inflammatories there is. So it takes the inflammation out of your body. And that's multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease with a lot of inflammation. So for 27 years, I stung myself with live honeybees. I would do 8 to 12 stings 3 times a week. And for those of you out there, I love honeybees. They have a 6 to 8 week lifespan. So we always thank them for giving up their life for my life. So fast forward to 30 years later, 27 years later, my son got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. He was 29, losing his vision. And the doctors told me that it wouldn't be long before he was in a wheelchair. Now he's 6'4", I'm 5'1". So that was really tough to take. And so I was a sole caretaker, and I got very depressed. I started feeling symptoms of all the pins and needles, the fatigue, everything came rushing back into my body. Just intense depression. I couldn't talk without crying. This is my little boy, big little boy. And so one day, we live in Boston, Mass. Well, we live on Cape Cod, but we're in Boston at Mass General Hospital, for those of you who may know it. And the neurologist was not giving me good news again. So as I sat there holding back the tears, I got a text message from a dear friend of mine, Linda Ty, who some of you may know from Marcy Preble's calls on Wednesday night. Linda helps her. And she said, Mo, remember years ago you told me that if ever your MS got really, really bad, you would do stem cell injections. And I said, well, Linda, I know we haven't talked in about 8 months, but my MS has gotten really, really bad. Michael's going downhill, and it's severe. And she said, well, you won't believe what landed in my lap. She said, it's a new technology, and it has to do with stem cell. So on my way out of Boston, she met me and gave me 5 of these little Band-Aid patches. And she said, tomorrow morning, Mo, put that behind your neck on your C7 and leave it there for 12 hours. Take it off, rest and rejuvenate your body, and the next morning do the same. Do it for 5 straight days. So I promised her I would. The next morning, I get up, I put it on, I go back to bed, and within, I want to say 20 minutes, I was one of those one patch wonders. When about 20 minutes, I was like, why am I in bed? What is wrong with me? Like, I handled my MS. I kept it dormant for 27 years. I should be able to help my son. And so with over the next 5 days, my mood changed. My fatigue left, and all the pins and needles and all the feelings that our bodies get with multiple sclerosis was leaving. And I was like, Linda, I called her up. I said, what is in this little patch? She said, there's nothing in the patch. It just reflects your own body's light and infrared heat. And I said, this is amazing. I need to get my hand on some of these. I want to try them for a month and then start my son on them. At the time, he was walking with a cane. And so so we've been on them about 3 years now. I just feel amazing. I no longer have to sting myself with the honeybees. Although if I do see one around, I kind of like to sting myself with them. But and my son, I happy to report, he is not walking with the cane. His depression is gone. He is not driving yet. So that we're still working on that, and introducing other patches with him. So it's just amazing. It's the X39 is what I started with, and also the Eon. And I think, Tracey, you may share about Eon in a little bit, and you guys will get the comparison with my honeybees. And so I am so grateful, not only for my honeybees and what they did to keep me going for 27 years, but to David Schmidt, this technology is just amazing, and to Linda Ty for introducing it to me. And my goal now is to just share it with the world.
Oh, thank you so much, Maureen. I'm so thankful. I know it's late there for you. And so I thank you for staying up East Coast to join us and share your story. It's huge, what you've been through and the relief that you're getting. I'm so thrilled to meet you. Can't wait to meet you in person.
Yes,
thank you, Maureen.
This October, a couple of weeks, right?
Yes, in a couple
we'll hook up. And thank you for inviting me on. And I always am open to talk to anybody with multiple sclerosis or any dis-ease in their bodies that is autoimmune. So
I have
send them
somebody
my
I'd love
way.
for you to speak with, Maureen. And it's interesting, the honeybees, I've helped a gentleman with patches. He had Lyme disease. He was doing the very same thing. He had to shut down his company because he lived on a
Wow.
couch for 7 years. He couldn't do anything. And then here come these patches. And in 1 month, it just turned everything around for him. So
It is
powerful, but
amazing.
we're not always one patch wonders. So Maureen,
That
I'm
is
so
true.
thankful you were. I was too, but for those of you who haven't had that immediate result, just be patient. Your body is working on it. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you soon at the
Okay,
convention.
I'll see
I'm
you.
gonna go
Thank
back and
you.
share my screen again, and we'll pick it up from there. Since she's East Coast, we wanted to have her share quickly so she can get her good beauty sleep. There is a website, startx39now.com, and our friend Marcy, who you'll see in a minute, has developed this because she feels like Maureen. She had a life-changing result and created this website to make it easy for us to share this with people around the world. These are shipped to 82 countries around the world, but there is a science tab on that website. You can see the patents. You can see 90 clinical trials done all around the world. My favorite section is age reversal with the GHK copper peptide. And this is one of the things you'll see on that section. It's talking about different studies they've done. A 6-week study of people wearing X39, they lowered their cardiovascular age on average by 8 weeks. That's pretty significant. We don't tend to age backwards, right? We only go forwards, but this is defying the odds and making big change in the body because of those repair cells coming back from dormancy. They also did a brain study. I personally love this one because I love my new brain that these patches have given me. This session 1 for this 77-year-old woman here is inflammation and heat. This is baseline before she started the X39. In 3 weeks, she checks in at session 2. They do a heat mapping EEG of her brain, and look at that hot brain is now a cold brain. It's not a perfectly balanced brain yet, though. Again, like I said earlier, this is a tool for the body. The body is responsible for doing all the regeneration and repair. This is just a signaling device, frequency, if you will. Session 3, perfectly, beautifully balanced brain at 6 weeks. So that is showing you an increase of inflammation. Maureen just mentioned the Eon patch. That is doing that, but the X39 also helps with that to a level. This is helping with memory and focus and cognition, and it's just a game changer. It's not just for your brain though. These cells, they're really smart. They go all over your body to fix what you need. But I love this here, just showing results. This lady after 2 weeks, see that original penmanship, terrible, right? She couldn't write her name and have it be legible. 2 weeks later, utilizing these patches, the eye-hand coordination is improving dramatically in that brain. That's a game changer, but we hear a lot of people have a changed life with better sleep. And that's one of the first questions we ask when we help somebody customize a package of these patches for them is, how do you sleep? Because if you're not a good sleeper, then that's going to slow your recovery time. If we can get you sleeping, and we're really good at it, it's not us, it's these patches, we don't get to take credit, but we can help get the body into deep REM sleep, and that's when the body repairs and heals. If X39 is alone isn't enough, we've got a couple other patches up our sleeve that we can bring in. But this is our friend Marcy I mentioned to you. She was literally dying when her naturopath friend gave her 10 of the X39 patches. She had been through chemo and radiation, 3 different types of fast-growing cells of the breast, lymph, and a very aggressive one of the skin they said would never go into remission. But guess what? Here she is, more and more beautiful, more vibrant, living healthy, and 5 years later, she's still in complete remission and going strong. And what we're talking about here is age reversal. You hear a lot in talk about in ads and skincare, anti-aging is kind of a big trendy term. But if you don't like the age that you're at, you don't want to stay there, right? But what if you want to get younger? That's what we're talking about here. It's age reversal. And our friend here, Dr. Harmon, baseline on the left, after 14 months, he had a major heart condition resolved naturally with these patches. And look at how much younger he is. And this lady, Mandy, 1 year time, she just gets younger and younger. It also helps with pain or dysfunction, injury in the body. And those repair cells, they seek out the inflammation, that little furnace, if you will. We need to get that inflammation under control, though, because left unattended, it doesn't help aid the repair cells to do their job. But bulging discs on the left here, degenerative spinal cord, you can see the indentations, and that's pain, right? That bulging disc is pain. But the person on the right there, that is a regenerated spinal cord. That is the same person that has a change in their body as a result of the light doing the good lifting, heavy lifting, I should say, in cells. And then this lady here, 1 month after her curvature of the spine using these patches, she sees a dramatic change in that curve, right? It's relaxed. And the body, again, is doing the work. The patch is just signaling, it's just a tool. But skin and hair, dramatic changes here. So we're looking at, a tightened décolleté. We are looking at a remodeled birthmark. Look at the hair, the varicose veins, they get hidden. Of course, the veins are still there. We're just bringing back collagen. That's that nice insulation around the veins that makes them less unsightly and noticeable. Balancing of hormones. This was me. I wish I would have had these when I was younger, because this is only 6 weeks and this young lady's skin just gets beautiful. But again, we're talking age reversal. And you can see these two ladies over here. I know they're having a better life. Not only do they look better, they feel better. And that's what's important to me. The outside is lovely. The inside, critically important to your longevity and well-being. Autoimmune skin conditions, they can resolve as well. This lady here on the bottom was from Norway, extreme psoriasis, that poor lady, and it's all resolved. And then repair really quickly for fast growing cells. This lady over here on the left this summer, she had a very major reduction out of the fast growing cells of the nose. And look at that. It's 2 weeks later? Oh, just beautiful. I've seen her since, and you wouldn't even know she had that surgery now. And this is a friend of Cami's over 20 years, had 15 surgeries to remove fast growing cells. And in 2 months, look at that. He's not needing those surgeries anymore either. I also love that these are not just for us humans, but also for our fur babies. This is my friend's blind dog, Brutus, and he regained his vision in about a week. She and I were shocked. I did not know that would happen. I told her to put these on him for his arthritis. We put them inside their collar or place them on their bed. They've been used for racehorses and all sorts of different animals. And I'm going to turn it over to Cami now. She's going to tell you how you can get your hands on these little miracle maker patches, as we affectionately call them.
Awesome. Thank you, Tracey. So we talk a lot about the X39, and that is the main patch that we want to share with people. And then we have other patches that we use to support somebody's wellness. X39 is amazing, and X49 is also something that I would recommend for somebody if they have want some additional support for their brain, their heart, their muscle density, or their muscles, or their bone density. And it also provides some EMF protection. Those are dynamic, power-packed patches, and retail for them is $149 for a pack as a 30-day supply, and wholesale is $99. And we'll tell you in a second how to get to that wholesale pricing. And there's lots of other support patches, but I'm just going to share with you a few of our favorites. We love, like Maureen was saying, we love starting people on with Eon because it does help reduce inflammation. It tells your body to make an anti-inflammatory similar to what is in that Queen Bee's Royal Jelly. And also it is extremely effective in helping your body to know that it doesn't need to be in fight or flight anymore. It's very, very helpful in reducing inflammation. And so with that, we love to pair that with our X39 patch, because the X39 tells your body and your cells to rejuvenate, and the Eon tells your body to reduce inflammation. So pretty amazing. And then IceWave, if you have acute pain, not acute pain, because pain is never cute, but if you have pain that won't go away, or from an injury or an ache of some sort, IceWave can be super helpful. There are people that use IceWave as well overnight if they do have multiple sclerosis, the pain and letting their body relax. So it's very useful. It's a 2-patch system, and it just tells it breaks the message from pain to the brain, and if you find the right placement. Alavita is a wonderful patch, and Tracey would probably say that's her second favorite patch. And it helps your frontal lobe of your brain. It helps your body to create melatonin. It's incredibly helpful for your skin, collagen, cartilage. So if you have any injuries in your joints, or if you just want more beautiful skin or more joint lubrication, Alavita is an incredible patch to help your body. And I love it for anything skin related. It's pretty amazing. So those patches are some of our support patches. And so retail for those cost is $79, and for a pack of 30 patches. And wholesale, we can get it down as low as $49. One of the ways that we do that is with a wholesale kit at your first purchase. And that we will send you back to the person who invited you to this call, and they will help you customize this pack. Now, when you're looking at these costs, this is not a monthly cost. This is just an initial pack to give you access to wholesale pricing. And so like a core pack, for example, is great for one person. And I usually have we make sure to get 1 pack of X39 in there, and then almost always some Eon, but sometimes I'll add a few extra packs of Eon in that core pack. So you'll get 1 month of X39, maybe 2 months of Eon, and 2 months of Alavita, for example. And so the next month, you just need to order 1 pack of X39 to keep those repair cells activated, and you have the support packs that you need for a couple months. So that's super helpful. The advanced gets you double the patches for not double the price. You get about $600 worth of patches at the wholesale price for $535. And so that's another great way that I love that for 2 people, or for somebody if they really want to stock up. Sometimes if they're going on a trip, they want to make sure they have a bunch of variety of patches. That's a great way to go. And then the premium pack is really if you have like a massage studio, or you want to purchase at wholesale and then sell them at retail, or you just have a giant family and want to help a lot of people. But also, just so you know, if you are here and you've already purchased a core pack, you can upgrade to the advanced pack. You pay the money difference and you get the difference in patches. So the person who invited you here will always, I recommend doing that if there's several patches that you want to try, because literally you'll get the best deal on several packs of patches that way. It costs $240 to jump up from the core to the advanced, and you get $300 worth of patches. So it's a great deal. So that's what you would do to if you are here and you're already purchasing patches, but you're like, oh, I wanted to try carnosine, or I want to try different patches, and you have a little bit of a
more than you regularly order, that's a great way to do it. Celergize just came out several months ago, and it is a game changer for me. I have heard and know this from experience as well, that when we use patches, we are asking our body to make more cells, and we're increasing our cellular activity in a healthy way. And you know what that does? And most of us are depleted in it anyway. Water, we need hydration, but also we need electrolytes and the building blocks of cells, amino acids. So for Celergize is this beautiful mix of vitamins, minerals, and amino acids, some rare ones that we don't get a lot of in our diet, and this wonderful sea buckthorn fruit extract. Sea buckthorn fruit is well known as a superfood in Tibet and Nepal, and in Chinese medicine, but it is not very well known here, but it is proven to cause your body to release its own stem cells. So it is truly a superfood. And that is also in the Celergize. And coming out in the end of October, for most of our brand partners, the light therapy machine is amazing. So this company has worked really hard on this technology, knowing that our water supply is pretty icky, and a lot of our dis-eases are caused by toxins and traumas and different things. And the toxins in our water are pretty nasty. So this water double filters toxins and plastics, microplastics out of the water, and then infuses the water with 6 frequencies of light. So as we are beings of light, when we're drinking this light, it is talking to our body in ways that it is so receptive to, and wonderful positive changes happen when you drink the light. So this doesn't replace all of the water that you drink, but the machine is an absolutely incredible. I've had the honor of having quite a bit of it in July when I was visiting in Florida, and Tracey just got a machine, and I've been taking samples of that water all over the Pacific Northwest. So it's pretty amazing. I can't wait to get my own machine, but it's pretty amazing. So Tracey and Joy and Jeff and I are here every Monday night and Tuesday night, and we want to invite you to invite your friends to come learn more information. Use this time to introduce your friends to this pretty amazing technology. And then Wednesdays, Marcy has a Zoom call at 4 p.m. And again, another opportunity to invite people to the call. But we're going to turn around and send them back to you. And that's where we are here to help you help more people. So if you're a guest, we want to make sure you get your questions answered. We also will send you back to the person who invited you, and they know how to contact us. If you don't, if they don't know how to answer your questions, and we do recommend that you try X39 and Eon for a minimum of 90 days. Alavita is a great one to add in there for additional support, and or a minimum of 1 month for every decade you've been alive. It's not a quick fix, but I promise you it is working hard behind the scenes, helping your body do what it was meant to do. So if you're ready, this is a great way, a great thing to share with your friends. You don't have to be the expert. You don't have to know all about it. Every body is different. So your experience may take, you may be a one patch wonder like Maureen, or it may take some time. Just know that it's making change at the cellular level. And it becomes everybody's dream to have the body actually repair and regenerate rather than degenerate, right? So we can't tell you when you're going to get your miracle, but it is definitely definitely something that you will want to share. And if you do choose to share it, if you have purchased a wholesale pack, you get the opportunity to earn a little thank you check for that. So we recommend that you do. So does anybody have any questions? We would love to answer some questions. And if you're ready to purchase, or if you have questions, drop a 1 in the chat, or type your question in the chat. If you're ready to purchase your wholesale pack, you can type a 2 in the chat. And if you're thinking that you might want to learn a little bit more about sharing this with your friends, drop a 3 in the chat, and we would be happy to help you. So, and guests, we have a wheel. Are we ready to give some patches away, Tracey?
Yes.
Okay.
I had 5 names. Is that what you had? We had 2 Larrys.
2 Larrys. We have a Larry Senior, or a Larry and a Larry Junior. We have Irma and Camille and Cynthia.
Perfect.
Okay.
You got it.
I do have them loaded up on a wheel of names on my computer, and I can probably turn my camera around if you want to do it that way. Do you want to see?
Sure.
Okay. You see?
So high tech. I love it.
And I can spin. Let's see. All right. Larry Jr.
Larry Jr. is our winner of X39.
Yes. So Larry, to get that 5-day supply of X39, you will go to the website x39winner.com and type in your name and address, and let them know that you were a winner of a 5-day supply.
I'm going to go ahead and end our recording here. And for those of you who joined us, please just hold tight for it and with us for a minute. We'll be back to answer your questions. And for the rest of you, we will be back again tomorrow night with a deep dive with Cami and team. So thanks for joining us.